Hey everybody, welcome back. We are still in No Such Thing as Ordinary by Rachel Baladucci, and today we are going to be going through chapter 2, Thirst. And I find God has a real sense of humor today that we are going through this chapter. If you're in the part of the country where I am today, it's like 103 degrees outside. So, of course, we're going to be talking about thirsting and where our yearning for Christ is hitting us the most. And so let's just dive right in with this chapter. Rachel continues to be open and raw with us, and we start to talk about the Samaritan woman again meeting Jesus at the well, and how not only is she physically thirsty, but she doesn't realize how thirsty her soul is, and where Christ is meeting her in this moment, and his thirst for her and her taste for salvation. And as I'm reading this for a second time, what strikes me is this this feeling of unworthiness that we all tend to go through, whether it's multiple periods throughout our life, if there's one pivotal point you can remember, but this not feeling worthy of Christ's love, of his attention, of seeking him. And that's really what the Samaritan woman reminds me of, is me and my brokenness and my sin, and how could Jesus want somebody like me? How could he consider one to not only speak to me, but want me in his circle and love me and see me? And I think that's exactly why you read this gospel and you're just like, it just hits home. And it's one of those that's I don't want to say easy to overlook, but it's the perfect comparison for what we all go through, and we all have these moments. And so Rachel really starts to touch on, again, she's going through ordinary life, and she is doing all these things, and she's starting to recognize these pieces of brokenness, or this yearning, this thirst that she has for Jesus, but hasn't quite put all the pieces together. And so as we're going through and as we're going through that and we examine our own lives, think of times where maybe you are struggling and you're looking for something, but are you turning to Jesus in that moment? Are you asking for his help? Or is it that feeling of brokenness, that unworthiness, that you don't feel that you can ask him for what you need? And that's the thing, is he wants us to ask. He wants us to be with him. He wants to be that solution. He is the solution. And so what I've learned over my past few years, and like she says, that I don't know that I necessarily had a conversion story. I don't even know if I'd call it a reversion, but it's more just like an awakening. It's this stirring in me that something was there, but it wasn't burning. It was just kind of an ember, or just a dull flame, and it was like somebody put some kerosene on it and it ignited. And as I've started just soaking everything up and learning as much as I can, I still have these pitfall days where I'm angry with my kids, or I'm short-tempered with my husband, or the other day, I mean, the house still is this way, but it's a complete disaster. And I've got to have this acceptance of like, this is not the end of the world. This is my humbling part of, I am in my motherhood. I am in my calling right now. And this is where God needs me to be. And so just really asking for his grace, asking for his help. In all of this, a friend, gosh, it's probably been 2 years ago, shared the Surrender Novena with me. I'd never heard of it before. Again, Cradle Catholic, all these things we learn. And when I find myself in these tense moments, or these moments of struggle, that repeating of Jesus, I surrender myself to you. Take care of everything. I'm like, okay, put it on repeat. And it's like that calming effect of, I need your help, and I'm asking for you to be my guide, be my anchor, be my strength, be my rock, all of these things that I need you to be right now. And let me place it with you. And you're going to help me figure it out. And that's a big leap of faith for a lot of us, is that trust part of it, to just say, here I am, Lord, help me. I don't know what I'm doing. And so I think that there's so much to learn in this chapter from all of that. And another example that I'm always reminded of is Mother Teresa. And if you've never watched the movie No Greater Love, first of all, go get it. It's on forum.org. There's many places out there you can go get it and watch it. But even Mother Teresa experienced these periods of spiritual dryness and just thirsting and feeling abandoned by God. And you're like, how could Mother Teresa, good word, the work that this woman has done, she saw the face of Jesus and everyone she met. How could she feel abandoned? How could she feel darkness? And the point is, it happens to all of us. And what we have to remember is, turn to Jesus, turn to Jesus, turn to Jesus. And when you feel that creeping in, when you can't figure out why you're struggling, why you're hitting your head against the wall over and over again, have you stopped and turned to Jesus? And so we can see these pivotal things starting to shift in Rachel's life. This yearning and this longing of missing adoration, and rather than this relief. And so this is a perfect time to examine our own lives, our own spiritual journey, and finding out, where do we have those moments of dryness? Where can we seek to replace that and receive God's grace and receive that water from the well from Jesus? And so I really hope you had some great takeaways from this chapter. I hope that you guys will put some stuff in the comments, share with us how you felt about it and how it resonated with you. It's a great time to be vulnerable and to just examine your relationship, and where can we be humbled, and where can we ask for Jesus to walk with us and sit with us in all of our life, all of our mess, all of our beauty, every piece of it. So thanks for reading chapter 2, and I will be talking to you guys soon. See you later.